Principal down here at Brantford Kia. Gabby, why do we shoot these videos?
We shoot these videos for 3 reasons. Number 1, you may own a Kia or Hyundai vehicle and you want to know more about the car that you have. Number 2.
Number 2 is you may be thinking of buying a new car. We want to add Hyundai and Kia to your selector list.
And number 3, that brings us to number 3.
If you're in Ontario
and you're looking for a Kia or Hyundai vehicle,
you might as well buy it from us.
We're a real dealership. We have 3 stores. So Brantford Kia, where we shoot every day, Brantford Hyundai, where we borrow their cars a lot, and then Owen Sound Hyundai.
That's right.
Today's car, though, I just realized we're totally not in the right position, is the 2023 Kia Sportage EX Premium, but this one has a little bit of spice to it. Red interior. So we're gonna get a good look at that. I know a lot of people are interested in the red interior, but you may not have the chance to see one at a dealership as they are a little bit rare. We wanna show you everything that the red interior has to offer. But first,
before we do that, you may not be watching live. If you are, definitely ask your questions. At the end of the video, we go through all of the comments and we try and answer as many of your questions as we can. But feel free to skip to the 3-minute mark if you're not watching live. And hopefully when you're watching, the live chat populates, so when we answer a question, you can see what we're talking about. But I'm going to get Gabby to show us how you can watch us live.
So if you want to catch our next live video, we typically go live every weekday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. To join us, you'll go to the Kia Hyundai channel just on YouTube. And then if you refresh your page around 2 p.m., it'll show our upcoming video. And then once it is 2, that upcoming will turn into a red bar that says live. We'll click that. You may have to watch an ad, but then you'll be right live with us, and you have this little chat box over here where you can type in whatever you'd like to comment or if you have a question for us. Like I said, we typically do our walk around first where we might not be able to pick up your question, but at the end we'll always do a question period. All right, let's skip that belt ad. And let's get into the vehicle. So
one of the comments we've seen already is to include the price, which we definitely will at the end.
Yep. I can say the MSRP now.
Sure.
38,195 Canadian, and that's before freight and air or taxes. So that's the base price. Now this vehicle is our Fusion Black color. Black has no paint charge for Kia Canada. However, some of the other colors, they'll go up to $250. There is a matte option as well too, which is quite cool. That one's a little bit more. We'll take a look at these lights. So you have full LEDs. If you go up a step to the X-Line Limited, you'll get LED projection lights as well. But for this vehicle, you have your daytime running lights, your positioning lights, and then your fog lights. The trim level below does not include fog lights. So if you like that, you're gonna want the EX Premium. You also got this black garnishing in the grille and the satin chrome all around, or not satin chrome, the chrome all around. Down here we have our radar plate. So this vehicle is equipped with forward collision avoidance and smart cruise control. This plate is going to sense the distance of the vehicle ahead of you or object for the collision avoidance and keep you centered, not keep you centered, but make sure you don't hit anything. It will give you a warning first, and then if you fail to react, this car can brake for you, avoiding a collision. I'll also mention their windshield. So looking at it, it just looks like a windshield. But if you get really, really close, closer than our camera will be able to pick up, we have little tungsten burners just like you'd have in your rear windshield that will actually melt snow and ice. So you can turn that on from your climate control in the main screen, or you can turn it on using Kia Connect, which is free for 3 years, and you'd love it. We also have rain sensing wipers and sleek roof rails for this vehicle.
Do you want to just tell them what Kia Connect is?
Yeah, Kia Connect is our telematics system. So essentially it's an app on your phone for Android or Apple, and it'll let you control your car's climate, see if any doors are unlocked, if you left a window open, you can even see if your engine's on, remote start, everything can be accessed over there. We've also had an experience with the vehicle being stolen, and that's how we saw the car. So it's quite useful. We have a a mirror turn signal repeater, as well as blind spot collision avoidance. So when Pat flips over to this side, you'll see a little hazard icon. If there's a vehicle in your blind spot, that will turn red just to let you know, hey, there's someone there, don't change lanes yet. If you still try to change lanes and the car senses the risk of a collision, it'll pull you back in and avoid that. Let's talk about the wheels first before we head to the back. These are 19-inch machine finished alloy wheels, and it's exclusive to this trim level. So it's a pretty cool design. You got some darks and some lights in there, just like the rest of the vehicle's appearance. You can see down here we have that little belt line breaking away from just the all dark appearance. It's a really nice look. Too much of one color can look a little bland. We got this black accent over here as well, so that's also a feature in the EX Premium. I keep wanting to say X-Line. And then along the back, we have LED and bulb combination taillights. It looks so bright, and a power tailgate. So this is standard in the EX Premium and only available on the trim above as well. All trims below, you have a manual tailgate.
How many likes do we have to get to do a Gabby trunk test?
How many people are on right now?
100.
Oh, I want to say 100 likes, but I think that's pushing it. Let's get to 80 likes. 80 likes, we can do a Gabby trunk test. All right, for our seats, this is a 5-seater vehicle, but you can fold your rear seats almost completely down. You can get a little peek of the red so far, but we will hop inside and show you everything in there. Under the floorboard, we have our temporary spare tire, and you have storage space on the side as well too. If you wanted to, you could drop this down below and put it on that little ledge, so you have, I think, 2 extra inches of cargo space, and then you got your summer mats. You'll also notice there is an LED light in the trunk. Every light inside this vehicle is an LED, so if you drop something at night, you can drop your phone, drop, I don't know, a McDonald's French fry, you can grab it, you can find it. You can see it for sure. All right, we'll close this up. I'll also point out for your power tailgate, you can either open it by walking up to the tailgate, pressing the button over here, or there's also a button right beside the steering wheel, kind of by your driver's knee, where you can press that and it'll open it up as well. You can change the opening height and the opening speed. All right, let's come along to the front again. I love the styling elements of this vehicle. It comes in a lot of cool colors. Mainly, I think my favorite's got to be the Vesta Blue, and a lot of our orders would agree with that. We get a lot of Vesta Blue customers. Now, I think we should come up to the driver's side and we'll show you guys inside the vehicle. Oh, but before I do that, I didn't even talk about the engine. 2.5 liter 4-cylinder, 187 horsepower, and 178 pound-feet of torque with an 8-speed automatic transmission.
Do you remember any of the fuel mileage stats?
9.5 combined. I remember that.
So that's liters per 100 kilometers.
Liters per 100 kilometers, yes. I don't know the miles per gallon off the top of my head, but I'm sure we could find it later. All right, for the door, you can see we got some red accents on the side. You also have this, I like to say it's carbon fiber-esque. It's not true carbon fiber, but it kind of looks that way. And you have some satin chrome for your door handles. Whenever I review a Sportage, you know I always talk about this door handle. It's cool in the sense that it's not your average, but it's still functional. Some door handles, they make them so complicated and you can't use them. This you can use. It's very nice. You also have memory seats, which is on the EX Premium and above. Power or automatic up and down windows, express windows for driver and passenger, and then of course every window in this vehicle is powered. Your mirror controls, and then some more garnishing along the bottom. Now we'll come to this side. We have our tailgate button, like I mentioned earlier, so right over there. Our brightness adjuster, traction control, and your electronic parking brake. So this is pretty new. A lot of our parking brakes are located somewhere over here, so it takes some getting used to, but it's a nice spot. On our steering wheel, it's leather wrapped and heated, by the way. We have all our Bluetooth and media controls on the left, and our cruise control, so it's an advanced cruise control in the sense that it will slow down for you and take you all the way to a stop and back to a go. You can set 4 different levels of following distance as well. And then you have your lane follow assist, which is a steering assistance. It'll pick up the lanes ahead of you and kind of curve or take the curve of the road for you.
So basically with those 2 systems on, it's almost like autopilot.
It really feels that way. Whenever I have it in my car and I drive on the highway a lot, it's pretty seamless. It's not a scary system at all. I've driven some cars where it's just, okay, I think I'd rather just drive myself. I'll have Pat join me in the passenger side and we'll go over everything else. And turn off the radio because there was some music playing. All right, we get a lot of questions about the passenger seat. So it is adjustable. I'll come around and show you guys in a second, but I just wanted to point out that this is a power passenger seat. So power driver, power passenger. This is the entry-level trim to getting a power passenger seat. And of course the seats do come in black as well too if red's not your thing, but the red is definitely, it's very striking. I don't know how it looks on camera. Is it looking kind of pinkish, Pat?
A little on the orange side.
Orange?
It's not as orange as the camera's picking up. It is definitely more red.
More reddish, yeah. It reminds me, I think the best way to put it is kind of like the color of Mars, not the chocolate, but the planet. It's a very rusty red color. All right, let's look at the main screen here. So this is our 12.3-inch display. You have built-in SiriusXM and navigation. So on your main screen here, you kind of see where you're at. You see the time, the date, and if you're playing any media, it'll show over there. We'll slide over here. You can access your maps if you want to take a look at that. You can have it split screen or just the full screen. Valet mode, quiet mode, which will mute the speakers in the back. Valet mode will kind of log the drive. So if you have either a friend you don't trust very much or a true valet. It will block off your navigation menu so they won't see any saved addresses. It'll clock the speed and clock the distance that the vehicle, distance and time the vehicle has been driven. So it's a very cool feature to have. HD radio data, radio, media, setup, but everything fun is under vehicle and setup. So right over here, this is where you can access your safety settings and change things to suit you best. So if you're not a fan of how loud some of the safety warnings are, you can get them a little bit quiet. You can turn everything on or off. So if you're not a fan of the steering assistance, you can shut that off. So let's show one, for example, forward safety. So this is going to be your collision avoidance. Active assist will actually brake for you if it senses it needs to. Warning will just give you the warning, and off, it's off. So you can really customize everything: steering assistance, blind spot, parking safety. Also point out this vehicle does not have a 360 camera, but it does have sensors in the front and the rear. So if I were to start driving this and start driving into the wall, it'll beep, 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 and it'll brake for me if I'm gonna hit something. So it's a very, very smart system. Oop, press search by accident. Okay, you can also play around with your cluster. So you can see it's kind of purple right now. If I wanted to, I can go to cluster theme selection, and I can change this to blue, red, or theme A again. Link to drive mode will actually change depending on what drive mode my vehicle's in. So sport mode, you guessed it, is red. Smart mode will go back to purple, and then normal is just purple again. This vehicle has those 3 different drive modes, and if you press this button down, you get 3 different terrain modes. So snow, mud, and sand. Also point out this is only available in our all-wheel drive options. So if you're looking at the LX front-wheel drive, you won't have the terrain modes, but you still will have drive modes. On the left of that, we have our downhill brake assist, our auto hold, your auto stop and start. So if you've ever been at a stoplight and heard someone's vehicle, like their engine shut off, that's what that is. Conserves a little bit of fuel. And then our parking camera. So I press that, and I can see my backup camera even though I'm not in reverse. Parking sensors are right over here. So if you're not a fan of the beep, beep, beeps, you can press that and shut it off. Cup holders are pretty cool in the sense that they're adjustable. So if you have a bigger water bottle, I know some people like to carry around huge, huge water bottles, you can make it fit. There's also space in between the two. So if you have a phone or anything, you can put it there. You can really play around with, I guess, whatever you keep in your vehicle to make it work. Lots of storage in the back here. And then we have our center console, which is quite deep and quite wide. You can put a lot of things in there, whatever kind of things you take with you. Up here, sorry, we're all over the place right now, we have our wireless charge pad, our USB port. That's where you're going to use for the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and then a USB-C and a 12 volt. So lots of places to charge your phone. And just wait, because when we get to the back, there'll be even more. This little panel here switches between media to climate. So it's quite cool. Some people like to say, oh, what if I want to change my volume and I turn on the heat or something? No, you can change your volume on your steering wheel, or, I mean, it's pretty easy to see that you're on temperature mode. You'll get used to it, and you can also preset or set as default which one you'd prefer by pressing and holding it. So Pat, you have this in your vehicle. Do you find it hard to use?
No, I default it to media, but no, it took me a bit to get used to, but once I got used to it, no, not at all.
It's all right.
Yep.
All right, we'll do one last look at the design here. So you can see we got a lot of different metals, some piano black, not too much piano black. I know not everyone loves piano black, but it looks really good. This is definitely the trim level to get for the Sportage. If you want something a little bit more, I would say refined, as the LX or X-Line Limited is a bit more rugged and earthy. This one's more sleek, city-like. Let's take a look at the back now, but I will adjust the passenger seat first. And as we hop out, I think you guys will notice it's got a huge panoramic sunroof. So it opens to around here. You can have it completely closed as well, so there is a power cover. You don't have to reach all the way back there. That'd be quite the stretch. All right, Pat was sitting in the passenger seat last, so I already know it's all the way in the back of the car. But for someone like me, I'm definitely not going to sit the way Pat does. I like to have my seat a little higher up so I can actually see over the dash. And with the power seat, you can actually raise it. So go higher, go lower, whatever's best for you. Of course, the back of the backrest does move as well too, so it's just going to take a second. Here we are. And now I'm comfy cozy. Both of these seats are heated and ventilated as well too. So with living in Canada, you get really, really hot summers and freezing cold winters. So it's nice to have both features. All right, let's take a look at the back seats first. So I'll have Pat kind of pan in there. You got your red interior, of course, with the same pattern, same stitching. These seats are heated, so the main left and right seat, you'll actually get 2 different levels of heat. You have 2 USB-Cs located on the backrests of the seat ahead of you, so driver and passenger seat, and you have 2 clips there. And this isn't just a funky design. This is a hanger, so you can hang jackets, purses, bags, whatever you need to get it off the floor. And not only that, if that's not enough storage space, you do have pockets, and they are leather, so whatever you put in there is invisible to people looking in your windows. These seats, I think I mentioned they do fold flat, but they also recline, so I have my seat a little bit more further back, and then these 2 seats are more upright. In the center, you have your cup holder armrest. And I like how they kind of put some black in there as well, not just red. I find that, I don't know, if you had coffee or anything in there on red, it would look a little yucky. And black seat belts, which is also a nice design element. So it kind of cuts out too much red. The backrest of the seats also play a part in that design choice as well. And then we do have rear vents and a rear storage pocket. So lots and lots of stuff back here. One thing I love about vehicles with the panoramic roof and the Sportage Winds is that you can still see it from the back seats. So your rear passengers, they don't feel like they're missing out on all these amenities. You still got the heated seats, place to charge your phone. You can look at the sky or the stars, whatever. It's a really comfy cabin. And I'll have Pat sitting here. I'll show you what he looks like in here.
Okay, we can do that.
Pat's like, what?
So just so everyone knows, Gabby, how tall are you?
5'3", maybe.
Okay. So I'm about 6'2". So
this is what an adult would look like in the car.
okay, you can see that there's at least 6 inches of headroom, even with the sunroof. So for you super tall guys, there's tons of leg room. I'm very comfy in this seat. It's not back as far as it could go here. I can go over here. This one's pretty much back as far as it goes, and yeah, no problem.
So you're comfy?
Yep, there's tons of room.
And there's room for your feet underneath the seat as well too.
Definitely.
So they're not cramped. See, I really like these wheels. Let me know what you guys think about the wheels. Don't say what you think about our floors. We know they're dirty. We try our best. All right, now we will answer some of your guys' live questions. Let me flip this camera. All right.
So I can already tell that someone with the handle Elantra does not seem to be a Sportage fan.
Okay.
So that's all right.
It's not for everyone. The Elantra is a great car though.
Yeah.
Pat the dad/adult, yes. Does the power tailgate lock the car when closing or only closes the trunk? No, it only closes the trunk, so you would have to lock the car. How long is the wait for a base hybrid? So an EX hybrid Sportage.
We're only getting about 1 a month right now.
So tilt this down just a bit.
Yeah, sure. My guess is, like if you ordered one today, it's probably, I don't think it's a year. I think it's shorter than that, but we have a pretty big shipping plan that Kia's given us, and so as long as they hit all their metrics, we're gonna do okay. So, but everything, there's a bit of a wait just because people have already bought before you.
Wheels are nice, but I prefer the EV6 GT rims.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know why. He has one. So.
Yes. When can we pre-order the Kia Seltos 2024 refreshed model? Liked and subscribed. Thank you for liking and subscribing.
Thanks, Nandi. We will probably have an order in, so like we're going to physically key punch stock orders in February. So if you want to be the first one on the list, reach out. So yeah, and I think job 1 for Canada is March, which means like June is when they start landing.
In the USA version, there's a button for the differential lock, but not in the Canadian version. Yes, I also believe you guys don't get the terrain mode, so that's where our terrain modes come in. So
from what I understand, there was a patent fight with Land Rover why you get, and that's why US doesn't get the terrain modes, and so you have the option of a diff lock. But the terrain modes just kind of takes the guess out of it and sets the power front to rear at whatever situation you're in to handle it the best.
I know it's not the premium sound system, but what company makes these speakers? They're not listed anywhere. We'll get back to you on that. I actually like the beep, beep, beep. It's helpful. It is helpful. I really do like it, but surprisingly, there are some customers that they can't stand it.
Rena says in the UK, we grind to a halt with just a bit of frost. We really can't handle weather like you guys. Well, to be fair, you don't have the equipment, whereas here it's just normal.
Yeah.
We know, like, we got a fair amount of snow in the last day or so, and so we were plowing this morning.
I got the proper footwear for it too, which is great.
Yeah, the Dale Joseph's son, excuse me. It is kind of a brick color. You're right.
Yeah.
That's a good way to describe it.
Hi, I'm from Iraq, and I like the way you guys present the car specs. Why are there no white colors in the Sportage you display? The vehicle definitely does come in white. We just don't have a white one to film right now. I really wanted to film this particular vehicle because of the interior. But you can get the red interior with the white option,
Right.
with the white exterior.
Yep.
Where are your Kia and Hyundais built? Are they built in North America at the Montgomery, Alabama, and West Point, Georgia plants? So they're built at all of those. So our Fortes are in Monterey.
Right.
Our
Along with Rio,
Yep.
which is being phased out.
Yep, our Tellurides, I believe the Stinger, K5, Sorrento are all at West Point, Georgia.
Right.
And then just about everything else is in Korea.
Correct. And some, like K5 actually can be built in Korea too. So a lot of the Canadian allocation for K5 came from Korea and not Georgia.
Yeah.
That was so that we could get some product because the car does really well in the US, and so Canada wasn't really getting a lot.
Any news on the PHEV? I've seen a couple trickle into Ontario for delivery.
PHEV Sportage?
Yeah.
I've not seen one yet.
No.
I don't believe there are any. There's Sorrento, but I've not seen any Sportage yet. And I keep going and looking, and like our system shows every car that's coming in, and there's none there yet. Now, they may be in compound and they just have them hidden from us because they may be doing a release. I'm not sure. That is kind of how they would typically operate. So it's possible that they're here, but we just don't know until they allocate them.
I'll watch all your Sportage reviews. Thank you, Dale. Great car. I have one, and I am version glad with this car. Awesome. The Sportage is a great vehicle. Let's see. The interior color is great. The interior is very nice. Okay, so a lot of people are liking the red.
Yeah, it's just something different. Like,
Yeah.
we have black all the time, so I see Ian's on. Ian always has some good questions. We've chatted a lot about what we think is going to happen in the EV world.
How popular are the PHEV models in Canada? No stock in the US now, and I'm wondering why. Any comments on them? Well, PHEV, we know they're going to be very, very popular. We just don't have them yet.
Right.
For the Sorrento PHEV, we've delivered quite a few, and they've been great.
A ton of orders.
Yeah, we have so many orders in PHEV.
So for PHEV Sorrento, we had my daughter driving one for a while,
Yep.
and so we keep one for people to drive. And one of the things that people like about it is it's got a $5,000 federal rebate on it. So if you take delivery of one of those, there's $5,000 that comes off of the price after taxes, and that is because the battery can do more than 50 kilometers. Now, if you guys have any questions about Sportage, the one thing I do want to say is my daughter who lives in the US is going to university. This is what she drives. And I wanted her to have something that had lots of safety features, decent room, and was safe. I mean, that was the biggest thing. And so that's what she's driving. So I really believe in this car.
It's also a bonus that it looks great. So. Gabby Gray looks stunning, and you, Pat, looks good also. LOL.
I'll take any shout out I get. That's fine.
How is Charlotte and the baby doing? Congrats, Grandpat.
Charlotte and the baby are doing absolutely amazing. She actually said at one point that it was easier than she thought, but then this weekend I think the little darling didn't sleep as well. So everything is going fabulous. We're going to get her back at some point to join us with some car seat videos. We're just going to give her maybe a month and then see if we can get her to do some cameos.
To come back in, yeah.
For Dad, yeah.
Waiting until spring, but super interested in this car. Was going to look at the Lexus UX 250h as well.
What do you know about the Lexus UX? Nothing?
Not much.
Okay. I didn't do that comment.
I just think, there might be more value in this one for sure. I would give you all 100 likes myself if I could. Great job as always. Thank you, Mega Man. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. We're at 58 likes. If we can
get to
like
80.
80, we'll do a trunk test.
Yeah, maybe we'll put a Pat in the trunk too. Okay.
Or not.
Diego M. Santos, hot topic question. This car is made in Korea, so is this engine the Turga 2? I know it's not the Turga engine, no. One that is getting fire in the US. If I order one this month, what is the earliest delivery projection?
For like a Sportage gas model,
Yeah.
we have product that's coming in that's not sold. So it depends on what trim, of course, but I know
what
we have
color?
LX all-wheel drives coming in. We have Seltos EX Premiums coming in. Yeah, we've got some product that's been allocated that isn't sold, which has been almost a year where we've had that.
Yeah.
So you can actually get one pretty quick.
We got to start doing that list to
Yeah.
sell incoming cars.
I know they keep, every time I go to do it, they keep selling the
Yeah,
cars.
that's the thing. They sell so fast. I remember I was doing that video every week, and there's some weeks where there's nothing to talk about.
Yeah, this week we will definitely update what is incoming that is not sold.
Oh, we just got that question. When are you going to list those not sold? We're working on it.
You're right. We need to get that done. We'll get it done.
Black or gravity gray with the red interior, which looks better? Personally, I'm more of a gray person than a black on cars, so I would prefer the gravity gray. But
I would pick the black.
You think so?
Yep.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay. That comment is in Spanish, so I'm not going to read that one.
I think he was just saying hi.
Oh. Will there be news on the 2024 Sportage? I believe it to be
No,
unchanged.
Not yet.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a new model for 23, so there probably won't be much of a difference. Oh, we're at 75 likes. We may be doing a trunk test.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Thank you for answering my question. I really appreciate that. You're welcome. What's the weight on PHEV Sportage?
Well, we haven't gotten our first one yet.
Yeah,
So
it's hard.
Once they start coming, we'll have a better idea.
Yep.
But because of the federal rebate, we know that it's going to sell really, really well.
Is there a spare tire under the trunk or a fix-it kit and underfloor storage? So there is a spare. I did show it earlier in this video, but if we're going to do the trunk test, I can open it up again and show you.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go.
Thank you for the likes, everybody.
Yes. Thank you so much for the likes. I'm so excited.
How many Gabbies fit in the trunk?
We only have one, so. Okay, power tailgate, which I triggered with the remote. You can see the car's still a little bit wet. Okay. I know this trunk is very roomy because I think I've already done a trunk test in here, but if I'm sitting with my back against the wall here, I still have tons of space by my feet because there is that indent there. And then if I go down here by the wheel wells, I can still completely flatten my legs and sit pretty comfortably. I mean, it wouldn't be my first choice.
Okay, Dale wants a Teddy test with you.
Teddy test with me.
Okay, guys, for those of you who don't know, we've been using Teddy over the years. Teddy was actually bought by my son-in-law when he was dating my daughter, and we took him to the dealership to show how big the trunk is.
Okay. So, one Gabby, one Teddy, easily. This is actually pretty comfy, so if you can't find me later, this is where I am.
Teddy needs a bath. He's gotten beaten up a bit.
Yeah, this bear is disgusting. It's literally so gross. Okay, but it's a very comfy trunk, I would say. We'll close it up.
And did they have a question about the tire?
The underfloor storage.
Yeah.
So I'll lift this, and there's your spare. There isn't a designated kind of pocket for storage, but you can see there is some space on either side where you could put whatever you need, first aid kit, blanket. So you got that all there. Close the trunk. It might get stuck on his leg, but it's okay.
Let's see what happens.
He's very flexible.
All right.
Nah.
Okay, so we're at just about 30 minutes. We're just going to answer a few more comments, and then everybody.
Someone asked, is it hybrid? This one is not hybrid, but the Sportage does come with a hybrid and plug-in hybrid option. Okay, Pat, where are you?
There we go.
Okay, Teddy, my foot. It's okay. With the trunk closed, no one can hear his cries. That's so
We got
sad.
Quebec Test. He loves our videos from Montreal. We
Yep.
love Montreal, so that works.
We almost saw an amputation on camera.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see, will Kia ever do a performance version of the Sportage? So they phased out the old turbo, like we used to call it the SX Turbo,
Right.
and every other one would just be naturally aspirated. Now we have the hybrid, which has quite a bit more power. I think that's our new performance.
I would agree.
So if you want more power, definitely go with the hybrid route. It's substantial, I would say, for sure.
Zoran says, hi, Gabaroo.
Dale said in the truck, no one can hear you scream. Yeah.
Is premium fuel always recommended? You don't have to use premium fuel. 87 octane or higher is fine.
I have a 2021 Forte and I love it, but now I can't wait to get the EV6. I drive a Forte and I would love an EV6 too. But the Forte is a great car. Have either of you used the tire repair kit? I haven't used mine for tires, but I have used it as an inflator. So that's another thing it doubles as.
I mean, the tire repair kit, the downside of it is, you use the compressor and you spread the goop inside of the tire to fill any small hole. But when you have to go and get the tire fixed, you have to take the tire out, take all the goop out, and recharge it. It's pretty expensive. It's not, I don't love it. Like it's for an emergency. If you can use roadside assistance and have yourself towed, I think that's what I would do before I use the tire repair kit.
Let's see. Does that mess up the value? Does what mess up the value? We'll be streaming. When will we be streaming in 1080p? So whenever we film a video, we can always have it in 4K. I always shoot in 4K, but whenever we go live, it's very dependent on the internet, and sometimes it cuts in and out, right?
Yeah, if you guys have any suggestions as to how we can do that, we've been trying. We've got, Rogers, Bell, and Starlink. We have 3 different internet options, and we try and pick whatever's the fastest at that moment to get the best quality for you guys. So.
Which trim would you both get of the Sportage? Personally, for a secondary driver, as long as it's got heated seats and a heated steering wheel, I'm okay. So, and leather seats, I would go with the X line, in my opinion.
This one, the premium. It has the looks, it has all the features. It's a little less expensive than the Limited. So.
Would you ever consider doing a crash course on repairing the tire? I think that'd be cool.
Yeah,
we just need a busted tire.
Well, that's no problem. Okay,
I can bust a tire, no problem.
Yeah, we'll do it.
All right.
We'll get the stuff and do it. That's fine.
Yep.
Good idea.
Let's see. Okay. Hey guys, quick question. What is the difference between the EX and the EX Premium? Okay, a couple things. Jot this down. So power passenger seat, the front and rear parking sensors, the ventilated seats, the heated seats in the rear.
19-inch wheels.
19-inch wheels, yeah, you got that.
Quilted leather.
The quilted leather, the leather options. So in the EX, you can only get the black leather. Oh my gosh, there's quite a few. There's more. The power tailgate's a big thing. Yeah, those are the big things.
Pretty much all of them.
The big things, yeah.
Hold on, noting that down. We're going to upload the video. You can watch it.
Yeah,
it's fine.
You guys rewind.
That's a good question.
Great ideas on the tire repair. Yeah,
okay.
I think that'd be a really cool
that's a video that would probably add value. That makes sense. So we'll find a way to do that.
I think we're at the 33-minute mark,
well,
so we
guys,
should probably wrap this up.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your comments. We like the product, but we really enjoy the engagement and the questions.
Yes.
And when you guys have suggestions for us, as you can tell, we do our best to act on them. So thank you.
Oh, let me just read this last one. Gabby, I know you like music. Try it. Carol G, give Tula a nice bass in your car while you drive. I will try that and get back to you. All right, thank you so much, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.